Britain and the European Union are not giving up on a trade deal, even though they missed the weekend deadline to finalise outstanding issues. Both sides say they will go the extra mile to get a deal on the table. With less than 3 weeks until the end of the Brexit transition period, key aspects of the future relationship are still unresolved.
Now, are we near the very end, would you say? Are we approaching the end of the
very end? Will be when we will reach an agreement both on fair and free competition, and second, on the reciprocal access to the waters and the markets.
And is that near?
France says Britain has the most to lose from Brexit. Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire calling it a historical folly.
Frank Reister, the French Minister Delegate for Foreign Trade, joins us with his take. Mr. Reister, the million-dollar question, do you expect the trade deal to be signed before the end of the year?
Yes, we still hope, but please, I would like to say first that I'm very glad to be here in Singapore, despite the COVID-19 crisis, because for us, the relationship and friendship with Singapore is very important, and my visit illustrates France's strategy for an inclusive Indo-Pacific and shows France's commitment to the centrality of ASEAN. And so, yes, you're right. It's for us important to have a deal before the end of the year, but we don't want a deal at any price. As Michel Barnier, our European negotiator, just said on your screen, we want to be sure that we'll have, after the 1st of January, a fair competition with Great Britain and fair and free access for water and market. And last, we want to be sure that we'll have a dispute settlement mechanism very clear between Great Britain and the European Union.
As you mentioned, France is also looking at this region. An agreement has been signed with the Singapore Food Agency to enhance food security. Could you tell us more?
Yes, it's very important that Safety Food Agency and our own agency in France signed this MOU for more cooperation. Because we think that safety food is very important, quality and safety in the food supply chains. And it follows a joint statement in June between our two countries for the resilience of food chain values. And it follows, after that, many meeting between businessmen to increase our relationship in agro-business. You know, France is the leading agro-business producer in Europe, and we want to increase our relationship either thanks to exportation or cooperation with Singapore.
And finally, France has agreed on a framework of a reciprocal green lane with Singapore. Can you, as specifically as possible, give us the details of what that would look like?
Yes, you know, we work actively with Singapore to facilitate essential short-term business and official visit or travel with respect of all sanitary norms and measures, because it's important for safety of everyone. But we think it's important to ease such travel. And so we agreed with Minister Xi on a framework of, as we say, reciprocal green lane. And we'll have to discuss again to be sure of all parameters of the agreement. But I'm sure that we'll have the opportunity to sign this agreement as soon as possible.
Oh, thank you very much for sharing that with us. Frank Reister, French Minister Delegate for Foreign Trade. Thank you very much for joining us.